Chris Benoit, whose full name is Christopher Michael Benoit, was a Canadian professional wrestler who competed in various wrestling promotions, including World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. He was known for his technical wrestling ability and was considered one of the most respected wrestlers in the industry. Chris Benoit was born on May 21, 1967 in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and grew up in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, in the French-speaking province of Quebec. He attended Archbishop O'Leary Catholic High School in northeast Edmonton, Canada. He was a major wrestling fan since childhood, idolizing such superstars as the Dynamite Kid. Chris Benoit's parents were Michael and Margaret Benoit. Chris Benoit had 2 marriages. Martina was his first wife, and the 2 of them had a boy and a daughter, David and Megan. Later, Benoit began an affair with Nancy Sullivan, the spouse of Kevin Sullivan, another wrestler. In 2000, Nancy and Benoit got married after Nancy gave birth to their son Daniel Christopher Benoit. In 2003, Nancy requested a divorce, claiming that Benoit had abused her and had acted violently. She later took her charges back, but this caused resentment in their relationship that persisted until her passing. Chris Benoit had a sister named Sandra Toffoloni. Tragically, in 2007, Chris Benoit killed his wife and child and hung himself. The couple argued over whether he should stay home or to take care of their mentally retarded 7-year-old son. Benoit used a weight machine cord to hang himself by creating a noose from the end of the cord on a pull-down machine, from which the bar had been removed. Benoit strangled his wife and son, Daniel, and placed Bibles next to their bodies before hanging himself on the cable of a weight machine. David and Megan, Chris Benoit's children, were unfortunately present at home when the tragic incident occurred. The wrestling organization learned from the couple's friends and relatives that the Benoit and his wife were struggling with where to send Daniel to school, since he had recently finished kindergarten, and Nancy needed Chris Benoit to be at home or to care for the kid. The child suffered from a rare medical condition called Fragile X syndrome, an inherited form of mental retardation often accompanied by autism. The stress and consternation caused this tragedy. Also, some experts suggested that his unusual behavior could have been caused by steroids, because steroids can cause paranoia, depression, and violent outbursts known as roid rage. It was later discovered that he had elevated levels of testosterone and other substances in his system. The combination of drug use, potential brain damage from his career in wrestling, and personal issues were thought to have played a role in this tragic event. But Benoit's mother said she is also concerned by another disclosure, that police were previously aware Benoit's doctor, Phil Aston, may have been improperly prescribing medications. However, the murder-suicide incident shocked the wrestling community and fans worldwide. This tragic event led to significant changes in the professional wrestling industry, particularly in regard to the prioritization of mental health and concussion protocols. We pray for strength and healing for the children, family, and friends. Grant them the strength to find peace amidst the pain and to carry on with loving memories of the children left behind in their hearts. We pray for wisdom and guidance to the caretakers and those responsible for supporting and assisting the children and family. Chris Benoit began his professional wrestling career in 1985, and his amateur wrestling background helped him excel in the industry. After receiving training at Stu Hart's Dungeon Wrestling label in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, before making his professional debut in 1985 for Hart's Stampede Wrestling promotion, then just 18 years old, he initially competed in various regional promotions before gaining recognition in major wrestling organizations. He had an extensive and successful career in professional wrestling. Throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, Benoit competed in various promotions, including New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW, World Championship Wrestling, WCW, and World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. He achieved significant success, winning numerous championships and earning a reputation as one of the most skilled and respected in-ring performers of his time. Chris Benoit became known for his in-ring skill and intensity. His wrestling career spanned over 2 decades until his tragic death in 2007. While Chris Benoit was primarily known for his career as a professional wrestler, he made a few appearances in movies and television shows. He had a small role in the 2002 film The Scorpion King, where he played the character of the Barbarian. Additionally, he appeared in an episode of the television series Dark Angel in 2002. However, acting was not a significant part of his career, and wrestling remained his main focus. Chris Benoit had several achievements during his wrestling career. He was recognized for his technical wrestling ability, intensity in the ring, and dedication to his craft. Some of his notable achievements include World Heavyweight Champion, WWE. Benoit won the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania XX in 2004, defeating Triple H and Shawn Michaels in a triple threat match. Triple Crown Champion. Chris Benoit achieved the Triple Crown Champion status by winning the World Heavyweight Championship, Intercontinental Championship, and World Tag Team Championship in WWE. Grand Slam Champion. Benoit became a Grand Slam champion by capturing the Intercontinental Championship, World Tag Team Championship, and European Championship in WWE. Chris Benoit had a successful wrestling career and won several championships throughout his tenure. Here are some of the notable championships that he won. World Heavyweight Championship, WWE, 1 time. World Tag Team Championship, WWE, WCW, 5 times. Intercontinental Championship, WWE, WCW, 4 times. United States Championship, WCW, 3 times. WCW Television Championship, 1 time. WCW Tag Team Championship, 1 time. ECW World Tag Team Championship, 1 time. NJPW Super J Cup, Junior Heavyweight Tournament, 1 time. These are just a few of the championships that Chris Benoit won throughout his career. He also had numerous other accolades and achievements, showcasing his skill and success in the wrestling world. Chris Benoit appeared as a playable character in several professional wrestling video games during his career. Here are a few notable video games that featured Chris Benoit. WWE SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, 2002. WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, 2003. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw, 2004. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. However, following the tragic events surrounding Chris Benoit's life, his presence in video games has been significantly reduced or removed entirely due to the sensitive nature of the situation. It is worth noting that his appearances or references in modern wrestling video games are extremely rare or non-existent. However, Chris Benoit received recognition for his contributions to the world of professional wrestling throughout his career. While there were no specific awards dedicated solely to Chris Benoit, he did receive accolades for his in-ring abilities and achievements. Here are some notable honors and achievements he received. Wrestling Observer Newsletter Awards. Wrestler of the Year, 2004. Match of the Year, multiple times. Best Technical Wrestler, multiple times. Most Outstanding Wrestler, multiple times. Pro Wrestling Illustrated Awards. Match of the Year, multiple times. Wrestler of the Year, 2004. Benoit was inducted into the Stampede Wrestling Hall of Fame in 1995. Induction into the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Hall of Fame, Class of 2003. These are just a few examples of the recognition and acclaim Chris Benoit received during his wrestling career. Chris Benoit's net worth was estimated to be around $8 million at the time of his death in 2007. Although, it is difficult to provide an accurate estimate of Chris Benoit's net worth, because his financial status is not widely available. His net worth can vary depending on various sources of income. It is worth mentioning that Chris Benoit's tragic death in 2007 drew significant media attention and shifted the focus away from discussing his financial situation. There is no substantial information or evidence to suggest that Chris Benoit had a notable car collection before his death. As with other personal aspects of his life, details about his car collection, if any, have not been widely documented or reported. Also, information about his specific properties, such as houses or residences, is not widely available or documented. Details regarding his personal real estate holdings and investments have not been extensively reported. Chris Benoit was an awesome wrestler. He could perform different kinds of moves with ease. He could perform suplex, throw and execute aerial attack. Chris Benoit made significant contributions to the world of professional wrestling during his career. He was admired for his technical wrestling skills, intensity, and commitment to his craft. He entertained and captivated fans with his performances in the ring, earning respect from both his colleagues and audiences. However, it is essential to address the tragic events surrounding Chris Benoit's life and recognize the devastating impact it had on his family and the wrestling community. Following the murder-suicide incident in 2007, where his wife Nancy and their son Daniel were also tragically killed, the focus shifted towards discussing the importance of mental health and addressing the underlying issues prevalent in the wrestling industry. The incident served as a wake-up call for improved safety, mental health support, and stringent concussion protocols within professional wrestling and sports as a whole. While Chris Benoit's actions cannot be condoned, his wrestling career prior to the tragedy left a lasting impact on the industry. It is crucial to acknowledge the contributions he made, while also emphasizing the importance of understanding and prioritizing mental health and well-being for everyone involved in professional sports and entertainment. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave comment, and share this video. And please turn on your notification in order to see more of my videos. Thank you for watching.